Montreal. I'm here with my co-host, Isabel.
Ai inuhtiwa Uvagut ത്തുᓵᓃꒃᓴイᓪᓗ TV-kun. Ullumi tusagatsavami suqataumata sivulimi uhaaqatiqakainaapilangajoqu Greenland miuqaapimmit uhaalangajoq piniarneriyaujunit ത്തുᓵᓃꒃᓴイᓪᓗ tupannaaq uhaaqatigitsialaanqarnuq amisuqataumiji tusagatsait nunavimmi tuvaqatangiriangalu makipikkullu niguaqningit taakua takutsaulangammijut inutsuamillu qukiqtaunivininga kisian taakua tusaatsialaanqatiru tummasuttisikainata tuparnaapimmit.
So today we're honored to be joined by 뚜ᓵᓃ, who is from Greenland. She is a trauma-informed financial educator, speaker, who brings a community's perspective to conversations on Greenland, indigenous economies, and self-determination. Nakomitsiaq 뚜ᓵᓃ, haisimatsiaqavit.
Thank you so much.
뚜ᓵᓃ takuningahanuitukumanga takalailit nunangatammalu amiaikaup mitsaanut. 뚜ᓵᓃ takuninga. So can you please help us understand the situation that's happening right now between Greenland and America?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm very honored to be here with you today. It all started, I think, maybe in his first time as President Trump, that he showed interest in Greenland. And back then, when I first heard about it, I laughed a little bit and didn't take it too seriously. And then this term, I feel it got a little bit more serious, and he kept insisting. And also, they also mentioned that they were not going to hold back to take Greenland using military force. And then it's been quiet a little bit. And then last week, when everything unfolded in Venezuela, I felt that it definitely was more alarming. And also, the wife of the Homeland Security, I don't know exactly his role, tweeted that a photo of Greenland with the US flag saying soon, suggesting that Greenland was next.
Tatkua inuqtituultikainnalurit aperiauqataammarranuq isumammangaamit Amerikamiu atsaanerumannirin niqartatanginnit Greenlandmit kalaalit nunammit sivullimigu suliitsasialaujoqani iyurinneralaapiriangalaujoqaluartilugu kissiani maanna isumaalunnaneqsaulirma upinnaqani Venezuelamiu taimeliaviniutilugat saataujaaqalaujumata tiguilaujaqatutaangajoqqaamini maannalit Trump ajuinnaneqsapaaluulermat pigumanerminit Greenlandmit taanna isumaalugijaummijoq unataqtiniruallaa tuurianiqanuitsanginniqarmat isumaalunnaluanguamijoqu Trump pinnasuttiuqatingata Homeland Security pinnasuttiussuu aqnanga haritaujakkuut takutsautitsinermimat Greenlandnguami atchinguami kalaalit nunanganit Amerikamiun saimmatinganit taortuqatsuni taakkua isumaaluriluanguataq.
So likappianertuumariartatu taakkua 뚜ᓵᓃ karasuaqattaqatta taakkua takunnaatunut amisuali ilanganit takunnaatvi inuttitu kisiani virisuungummata uvvaluni ilanganit 뚜ᓵᓃ miqalunaititumi attuunnatuukuuqattamata taakkua ikkayu'sivarjuassu. So I just want to say thank you for helping us explain to our viewers. Many of our viewers are possibly unilingual or have a difficulty understanding the news in English. So being able to express this is really important for us here at Uvagut TV. We take a lot of pride being an Inuit broadcasting network, and to be able to own these narratives is really important for us. Asulikappianaqtuumariqattatuikalaalit nunanganit Greenlandiqmiuqanuq isuma qattavaataakuninga. So can you help us understand how Greenlanders are feeling in the moment with this threat, or with a lot of the interest, global interest on Greenland right now?
Yes, I can speak for myself that first I was excited that there were so many eyes on Greenland, because we've always been a little bit known as the big ice country and no one really lives there. That's what I think people thought of Greenland. And then now people know that we are there and there's people that lives there. So the attention has been, I think, is a good thing that the world now know that we are there. But I don't think that the way it happened is not something I'm so excited about. And when I talk to my friends and family back home, I feel like they're taking it better than I am right now, to be honest. But I also believe that they have to also keep living their lives. But for the first time, I think the last few days, my sister and my best friend, they're like, maybe it's time to move away. And that is so sad, because they have created their lives. They bought houses and have their jobs and have a life. And that is very sad to think of, that it might become a reality that they might have to move or not feel safe at their home anymore.
Apiriyaawataamaqanu kalaalimmiun isumamanga tataatsuminga sivullimi alianariangalaujoqaluartileqoqu qauyimajaupalliatuujaalermata kalaali nuna kissiani sikutuinaviniujaartilequsuuqlu ima qauyimajaummat yuviniumma kissiani maanna qauyimavallialermata nunertuami kalaalit nunaami kissiani qauyimajaupalliamangataanna isumaalorijaummijuq teikkanimiulli inuusiqallarimmata inuusilimaangit piarangit sivullingitaavanimmata illutaaqamillu angajoriqquttanga nukkaringikuniu illutaaqamit kissiani taakkua piniarniis pitchutigitsuri nuttiriaqaqajaqquumata taanna issumaalunnamijuqu inuusilimaangit kalaalit nunaamiilaujummata aanninaqunaqata uummatikkuattutaunertuata taakkuatusaatseq.
Amiayikau summuaqsaanirummammangaata tukisiriauruntsatu tukisititiiriarunnahi uvattinit. Are you able to explain to us what the interest is from America in Greenland?
What the interest is? As in that they want to annex it, or like from the US side? I'm not sure.
What do you think the purpose of America's interest in Greenland? Like, what are they going after, and what purpose are they going to use Greenland for to benefit themselves?
Trump keeps saying that the reason why they want Greenland is for national security. And where I'm speculating, or where I'm analyzing that is not correct, is that the US already have a base in northern Greenland right now. And because we are allies, part of NATO, Denmark have said multiple times that they can create as many bases as they want in Greenland. So at this point, him keep saying that they want it for national security doesn't really add up. At this point, I feel that it is just because of the minerals we have on our land. That is what they want.
Apiriyaawataammassumun America miun Greenland mi pirumaqajarmangaata sivullimigu Donald Trump auqaalawitsuni national security qariaqaqattaallatsuni national security ukua attanartoralain asiani tariwakianimiuyanit pisimajui taakkuningaruuq isumaaloqasuangaartsuni kissianili tungasutitauriirsimamata Amerikamiun Greenlandmun pinasorpiqarunnasiarniqartausutit uuttuutigillugu pituffik Greenlandmiittu qauisarfiumiyu taana Amerikamiu pingaan atausituugaluartilugu kissiani Denmark muuqautiyaussimamata qatsituinanne tungasulusi qaitsiarunnaqusi lajautsiaraluartilugi tungassutitautsiaraluarsuti kissiani atsaanirumaningi taana ajoraittuuniqartaq kikiatsajanniit takunnaturi kikiatsajanniit uningarunnaunersaujui lajo apersulorlanga inutituuttisiu maamiissamajupaaluurama NATO minillikainnaravit uqaretsiaralaapirunnarri sunaumanga NATO.
So you did mention a little bit already about NATO, but can you help our viewers understand what NATO is and what role they play?
Yes. NATO was created after World War II with different countries to prevent something that happened from World War II again. And what I've experienced with NATO since Trump's threats is that they've been really quiet. So I've been questioning, like, what is their role? If they're not coming out to speak up against threats within NATO, I really was disappointed in them. I think they might not know what to do when there's threats within the NATO members, because I think it was created to when there's threats with members, with non-members. And I think they could do better and speak up, but because US is their biggest member, I think they're scared or don't know how to speak against him, if it makes sense.
NATO nuititaulorsimama unatanertualivinaaluutilukuteitsamani 1940s. Unatarniit sivunermi nuijuviniuriallakalasarpata atuinauhumalaujummata amisuit nunait katilaqijuviniit taana NATO nuitaulaqilangatsuni unatartuliviniutsapa uppaluunni ataussi nuna pitsiatauningipa uppalu unatartaviniussijuviniuppat ikajortigitsiarunnaqajammata kissiani Amerikamiu NATO mimmimata taimaatsaina Denmark NATO mimmimata taana naluangualaqirmiyu ammalu nillikainnamiyu tuparna NATO nipaittuutuinnariangit taakkua taimailuutsatilluria Amerikamiu atsaanirumanniqatsarami nautaimali NATO sumu nilliratanngilla taana isumari miyangan uqaqataanga nakummi kiutsiaturataumiravin ammalu kalaalillu Denmarklu gavamangan atausiuqatigirninga qanu ullumi tukisiyauga.
So thank you very much for answering. It really helps us understand the situation in its entirety and what NATO is. Denmark and Greenland have had a relationship for quite some time, and we're wondering, in your perspective, in your community perspective, how are they working together in this situation?
Thank you for that question. I think it is complex, in my opinion, and we have a 300-year relationship, which is based on colonization. And in 2010, we became a self-governant And we still get block money from Denmark, which we're still very dependent on them. But I know a lot of people want to become independent from Denmark. And I think because of Trump's threats, it has been put on pause because now we are forced to show unity. But it is important to me that we still keep talking about the relationship and the talks about decolonization, because I do not want Trump to put it on pause, to be honest.
Tana Kalalimelo Denmark Lukavamanga Denmark Greenland Mago 300 years 300 ukiut Hawima Hati Matatakwa Kalali Amano Denmark Kavamangi Aliana Lua Simangito Galwa Sibulimi Alla Ulumi Mokoto Galwatilo colonization Hanukia Inuptito Tirunagayaptara
Atsani Ralautini Kisiani Hanukia colonization la
colonization Tana Pitu Tigitsoro Nalunang Mat Atausi Hatigitserum Naningit Nalunagalasungman, Laruna Sertung. Kisiani Kalalimio 2010 Mutiloro Imini Kabamatarum Nasilauyamata Imini Nasi Reala Lachitsutik. Kisiani Ulumimot Kina Yariyaujit Pinail Tariyausung Mataki Nayata Hayangi Masung Mata Denmark Kabamangani Pimario Nerata Son Lutana. Trump ko nililaw yung mani at sani ko man nireksuni kalalit pinasuhati kaya hatuin na mo rea haliktod Denmark kapamanganin kisianitan na Trump at sani ko man nga nukhangat at siriya hangito iminikhirun na rin sa rea hamata suli kalalim yun ikayok siya harata Ino hatea pibuni hatangutea pibuni taavani tuni kalali nunangani hano ikayitsiriya on nagayakita nuna bimbiungot sutaupaluni nuna bumiut ino vealumio ino hatigiluta hano ikayotsiriya on nagayakita.
So we have been cousins, we've been relations among our Inuit nations for quite some time, and it's only the political borders that have separated us throughout time. But during this time where there's a threat on Greenland, we feel like we are urged to be united, and we want to be able to help you guys as much as possible. From a community perspective that you're offering, what does that look like? How can we best support you or Greenland during this difficult time?
I think what you're doing right now, talking about it, is very important, and I really appreciate all the support and talks about Greenland at this time. And yeah, I would also love to hear more from Inuit organizations here in Canada. I also criticized Mark Carney for not talking enough about it, but then the next day he did make a statement, which I really appreciated, because we are neighbors and we are, as you said, cousins, and it's important that we support each other. And with Greenland, I think it's just also, we are such a small population, we're not that many, so we just need as much support as possible.
Ikayursiriya on nagayaktururo uhatselta uhaataluta haritaujakkuluni tufaluni mailaritsetuinluta timiuyuyunit inuit timiuyuhutingininitliriahujermiyo ikayursiriahujiyo Kanatamit sibuliqtinga Mark Carney nilliyuittu kainalaugaluartiluru kisia nillihammiumimagutaan isumainna upigimiyanga nakurimiyanga nilliretsia Reakurun uhatseria hakuru tamakuninga.
Tematia nakumitsia rumaliksunga ilitsinit takunaqtunit tusayunit So I just want to say thank you to all of our viewers who are also contributing to actively assisting or helping getting the word out. Understanding is knowledge is power. I also want to just ensure that our priority here is addressing this sensitive and significant issue is to support Greenland in conveying their concerns. We aim to ensure that our message accurately reflects the perspectives of Greenland as a community, and we plan to continue to cover this story as it develops. So, ᓏᓂ 뚜ᓵᓃ ᓴᖅကိᔮկau티지ᔬᓅ. I want to say you're a very courageous influencer, and I'm influenced, very influenced here at Uvagut TV, and I just want to say thank you for being here. I want to give you a last opportunity to say anything that you feel needs to be heard right now.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Next, we're going to watch a video from the Pan-Arctic Vision of a Greenland band who also is going to help us convey this message.
Maaninummi soorleqqumituliortu silarsuaanni ataqatiginernuannertoruissuuvoq aammaарлаатигут тамаавитта сулеқатигиникуувгут нипилерсорнерусиларсуаанииппат исигиннаартитсинерусиларсуаанииппат qanorluunni kikku ataatsimуаралуагут сумииккалуараангат ааммулатин аналангаангатта нипилерсорнерм катерсууттарпугу таанна укиуникимуллерни нунатсинни эрнуманарторпассууппу соорлула эққарсаатиинганила Greenland is not for sale Trump пеқаниллиарторпо нунатта иниссисиманера пилерининеқарту пилеруйуссуувор сиунissaq налунарпор сиунис инуи имма аннилаангаппут калааллинунаатсиуниссами qano isиккоqaссанерсо пеқатаарусиннуут атаасиоқатигииннеқ аппили
алианарата қикернаапик нааккуалорермимат аққаагуулавилутаанаанеруммиссуунни каюсилермерутта таккани аққааруулертумит икаертигиитсиалута тусартаугиалиннилу тусартиситсиартаалта таккани Uvagut TV кунин нунавиммиун ухахарталааруммиют ajoraittумигууру кисиани нунали илангит тувақатангигиангит силауп аситриваллианинга таанна налунаруннаитоқ инуннут налуннаруннаералуартилеру кисиани аситрипаллиатуиннаа нималли инуннут махайттивут махайруссивут суққатаумата уумажуиллу пиуссингит суққатауммиссути амисуратаит аперсуутиит нуиралуармитиллери нуититсералуартилеру аперсуутани амиссуни кисиани уна атаусеқ налунангиттоқ силартуап аситрипаллианинга такутсақ инуннут иппигияунерпауссунилу ăммало инутсуамит полисиккут иппигияпаалуулерермимата инутсуамигу хукиажуливиниормат December 20-тиллугу сиванертуливиниутиллугу аттанартумииннигаажумин илуммит асуила полисиккут аажувиниутиллугит уллаанганит такуювиниунералаажуммата takujuviniunigalaujummata hukiusijartumit asuilaak hukittauluritsutit panigiiq ataatagiiq niviarsiaqaapiillautlugu taakua pinerniutillugu tusartuvini nunalimmi hukiqpalaani tallimaunigailauju kisiani allatavinerni uharsimajul hukiajaqartautijuviniugiangit nunalimmiuli atsigingitangani unikkausihartsatillugan Haujimajaularingitu hanok piaraapi hukiqtaunimmangaan aantuunaalortuk paningalu aalasi aaniaviliageaqatuinnamuulilauju uimanartukut Montreal poliisikkuni aanituhannigangitu December 30 millimmata kamaji uhalauju inuurunnaytuviniapiurianga aalasi niviarsiaraapi panigijaulaujuvuq Sarah ihalumot aantuunaalortumullu pingasuyurtuinaapinnik ukiuhalauju November 2024 sallumiu hukiqtaviniulaujumiju poliisikkunu maqugiallaalu nunavimmiu hukiqtaulaujummissutik asiani nunalinnin taatsumiangatsainaungimmiju pineernimin poliisikkut upinnarani ilimanartuunigartaussuungulirataqtut nunavimmiunun Inutjuamiun uhumaittukutjuatumaanna isumanartarussi sirnaanallariqhusinalligivatsi November 2025 ngutillugu maannaapi November hammiutillugu suusihaukailu Olivia Aiki ikajortigitsutik katutsihatigilaujummatik nunavimmiunit pisuhatiharumatsutin iqqaumallutit inuuhativunnit piluqartavinnit inuornaisimajunnilu aaqigiagumanermittigusiqujitsutit poliisikkunit tutsiraqsutilu mamisarnimit attananginersamillu poliisilerinermin ajuinnaningit asuilaarnuit silaujuvu inuit tapiriillaringinnit ilavai nunavimmi ilaulilaujumata pisuhatausitsutik katutsihatigit saputsimarialulilaujugun inuuhatigin makifikunnit niguarnihalaarmijuruuq ullumi ukkuaqaujuq aittuinermit atimmit niguartau tijuharasuangituarpat kayusituinnangajut maanna makifikunni angajuq haangammijuruuq Kisiani niguarnihalaartuit February 5 niguarunnassiqajangituarutsi February January 29 niguarunnassialaarmiyussi apersuutiqakallarutsi uppaluni haujiriarumatuarutsi Phoebe Bentley haujissaqunnamiyassi makifikunnit haritaujakkut elections@makifik.ca taakkuangulauqartuili maanna tusaqatsanin Louisa tusaqatsaharivi
Lagala tuinarummassungalu makiviup allarusinga astititausimaramit aaqiriartausimaramit elections@makivik maqhuni VMAKIVVIK tanna taasiela tuinarumatsunga apiqsuuti relahatuarutsit assurulitana pimmari Palu suungummiyut nunavimmiut niruariaqasiungummata ilangani amisualuni nuilua suungimmata ajuinassiarumal huiyupaaluata ilitsinit niruatsiartalaaripusi taakkua maqqhuut niruataurasuartuit kinaujaliriimmarit treasurer taanalajausuut ammalu vice president Dekani sunaliriusuun sila wildlife environment and research lirisu takwa asaruli lagalatuinarumatsungalu February 5 niruat ningusula miyuit kisiani tekani niruat ni hayangikuvit January 29 advance polls tuinarunola miyu hey nakomitia Isabel uratsialaujurabit ammalutekua intuamiut inuhativut alumiugalua isumarivarit nallinartuuvusit 뚜ᓴᕋᒃᓴ이ᓪᓗ runo mista takuninga 뚜ᓴᕋ titsi yuralahattuappa takwa Bureau of Independent Investigations investigate yupaalunginnammata 뚜ᓴᕋᒃᓴ titsi laatuappataart takkunga Uvagut TV 뚜ᓴᕋ titsi iralalaamiyaavut pimmarialuma takkua. Hey, January 2 and 4 ngutilu wandaki here on wandat nunanganit iniralu tavunga ailo yuvurut hakituni utugautiretu simayu itnikallaga 13 yukiura misuni Liam. Hi Liam. Pimmarialut sutitakkua hakitimarit Eastern Door and North hockey team tanalayosuut niversilu angutilut ilautitausungummiut nunhaqqaasimayu ninnaumiyuit utugautiriusungumiu takuninga tagateikani wandaki nunanganut aisimalautusta teikani Quebec City sandianimmiyu aqpitahattasuni asiit nunhaqqaasimayuni alianqtumiyu alianqtuusnilu amiswaluni atchiringittumi nunhaqqaasimayuni friendliu simaqattaq aipaliu reittusimaqatta takunnaasunilu taakwa ayuinavaqjuatuviniit suqusilu universialut pistipaalu juviniit alianqtupaalusunilu takunnaasuni taakkua ilunaalungit pinasuuttiit nunhaqqaasimayunginnausimayu peerailu nunhaqqaanginnalima juviniit ilauqaswalaaqalo misti taakkuat National Indigenous Hockey Tournament riulaamiyu Regina-mit May 2026 ngulatilu. So my son and I had the privilege of traveling to Wendake, which is a Huron-Wendat nation. Earlier this year, it was actually January 2 to 4, where a lot of the participants who were trying out were ages 13 to 17. These selected players, there was about, I say, 80 to 100 players there who were trying out for the Eastern Door and Northern team, both boys and girls ages 13 to 17. The selected players from these trials will go on to represent Quebec at this year's National Indigenous Hockey Championships, which will be held in Regina, Saskatchewan in May. We're going to cut to the video that I was able to take while we were there. Thank you. Ay, inuhati kay Louisa bungatamani windaki Huron nunhaqqaasimayunit nunangani pisimatsunga. Eastern Door and Northern hockey team tryout weekend vugutamanit alianaqtipalo hattasunit takwa utugauti hattatuit hockeytit 13 nit 17 nut ukiuqapmisunit nunhaqqaasimayung innaaluit angutilut niversialo.
My name is Gordia Holly Jacobs. I am the assistant coach for EDN. I've been here for the last 3 years, I believe, as assistant coach, as a manager, and as a parent. So I do have a daughter that's trying out too.
What age group is encouraged to come and try out?
So the earliest is 13 years old, so 13 to 18. Majority of our players right now are between the ages of 15 and 16. We had a really young team for the last 3 years, and it's been a struggle, but they're growing together and getting stronger together. So it's just, we want girls to come out and show us what they got.
What are you looking for in terms of team dynamic? What are you looking for? What is the definition of a good hockey player for you?
Communication. I think that's the biggest thing. I know it's very hard in any team you go play on, is making sure you not just get along, but can communicate, can talk to each other, can get along, can work together. If you can work together, you can play together.
So when we're talking about, key athletes or athletes that come with really great assets, it's not just on the ice skills.
No, I think that was the one thing that we came in the dressing room telling them is we're watching you on the ice and off the ice. So just sitting on the bench talking to each other, walking around, hanging out, team camaraderie, making sure that you are like cheering each other up, helping each other out, making sure that you understand each other and in the same mindset as each other.
What's the best highlight for you as a coach?
Seeing these girls grow. So like seeing some of these girls, I've seen them since they were 13 and trying out until who they are now. I'm like just seeing them thrive and get to a point where they're like at the top of their games.
So how many players are on the team?
We get 18 players and 2 goalies.
And where do they come from?
All over Quebec. So I can't even tell you all the names of I've read some of these places, but I'm from Kahnawake. So I know I have about 6 girls from Kahnawake and there's a few from Ugazasne. There's, like I said, all over Mistissini. I believe there's some from here, Wandage. But otherwise, I've met so many girls in the last 3 years. So,
in the past 3 years, where have you guys gone?
We've gone Grand Prairie. We've also been at Kamloops. I think our last place I was in Winnipeg, and now we're going to Regina.
Awesome. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our viewers in terms of encouraging young athletes to come and apply?
Well, even that, I was a player since I was in the first tournament. So the first tournament, I played the first 5 to 6 years. We won 5 silver and a gold. I played Team EDN, I was a goalie, and then coming here now as a coach, so I'm just seeing girls coming from being a player to a coach. So seeing them come up and start that's come here and try it and see what happens, and then one day you can be a coach and you can teach.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Mike Stacy. I'm an assistant coach here with the EDN team. It's my 2nd year coaching. Not my 2nd year coaching ever, but my 2nd year coaching EDN. I've been coaching since I was 19 years old. I was one of the first ever coaches for the first ever EDN team that was hosted in Ugazasne, and continued my hockey career and coached through there.
What nation are you from?
I'm from Kahnawake, Mohawk Nation.
Can you let me know kind of what the dynamic is of the team and how it works and how you guys encourage players to come? What kind of players come?
Well, what we try to do is it's open between 13-year-old to 17-year-olds birth years. You can be an 18-year-old during the year you play, but you would have to be a 17-year-old the previous year. We look for players from everywhere in Quebec. Doesn't matter if you're Inuit, First Nations, whatever. As long as you're native descent, then you're eligible to play for the team. You just have to have a status card, prove some way that you are native, and sign up and come play.
What's the dynamic of an ideal player for EDN?
It's just like building any other team. Your first 2-3 lines, you're looking for guys that can put the puck in the net, can skate and go, and then your 3rd or 4th line guys, you're looking for people that can PK, grind. It doesn't mean if you're the best player that you're going to make the team, because if you have 4 lines of the best player, you don't make a great team. You need two great lines to play, a 3rd line that's going to play PK minutes, get the puck out of the zone, defensive guy, and then you need those guys that crash and bang that are going to hit players and continue to push forward. So it's not necessarily if you're an amazing player or you're Connor Bedard. No, because every role on the team you need that player. So if someone's a great player and they don't think they're not up to that par, it doesn't mean they're not going to make the team, because we need players from different skills to build a complete team.
I want to talk about player attitude and how that plays a role in being a good teammate.
Well, player attitude is huge for my part, because I don't like players that they're on the ice and they don't show that team. They don't play for the logo of their team. You got the logo of your team you're playing for, and also your community you're representing. If you make the team and you're showing bad mojo on the ice, you're slamming your stick, you're doing all that thing, that representing us as well as your own community. So we want players that are going to buy in for the logo, buy in for the community, show what they have for the nation, and be a team player. We don't want that individual guy. He can be the best player on the team, and he's an individual. We're not going to take him, because we need team players that are going to buy in to play the way we want to play.
What does it mean to you to be an Indigenous coach on an Indigenous team?
Well, like I said, I played hockey my whole life, and being that native, playing on the outside, you know, you get different looks, and things don't always go your way that you want because you're Indigenous. And being able to build a team to go out and play and then show what we're capable of, playing an Indigenous tournament across Canada, and every province puts their own team together, and then you can show this is what we have and this is who we are, and you're not just like playing for yourself, you're playing for everybody. So that's what I like about being a coach here on the EDN.
Is there any words of encouragement you'd like to share with any of our viewers, especially our young viewers aged 13 to 17?
Even the younger ones. If you don't think you're good enough, it doesn't mean you're not. All you got to do is keep putting the work in, because you never know what can happen. You have 1 year, you grow 2-3 inches, all of a sudden you're one of the better players, but you didn't give your chance the shot to shine. If you come as a 13-year-old, 14-year-old and you get cut, doesn't mean you're not going to make it again in the 15 or 16-year-olds. You know, we have players that make it at 14, and then we have players that make it as a 17 for the first year. It all depends on what we need, what we're looking for, and what you can bring to the table. So never quit. If you get cut and you come, the experience is going to continue to go. Let's continue to try to grow your sport, grow what you have, and get your skills better, and come back and be even
Hockey
better.
tournament. So this year hockey tournament is going to be in Regina in the month of May, and we're doing the tryouts here in January. But for the coming years, just so we know information in advance, is that usually how it works? Are the tryouts always here in Wendake, and how do we pick which communities host the national tournaments?
Well, what we try to do is we try to move the tryouts. We don't want to have it every year at the same place, because then it's not, people are traveling far. You know, like I only had to do a 3-hour drive, which is not so bad, but there's other people who are driving 6, 7, 8 hours to come down here. And we try to move the tryouts at least to make it easier. And we do it during this time because a lot of the players are off. They have winter break, they're off on holidays, they don't have anything. So trying to make it where we can try to get everybody to come at one time to be able to come. If we hold tryouts in February, March or something like that, a lot of players are still playing, they can't show up. So we're trying to open it up. We post on Facebook when we have the tryouts, and we try to include everybody and anybody. We want to get that hidden gem that's somewhere to come down and make the team, and then that's what we're looking for.
That's great. So I just want to say thanks. It's been a really great and inspiring process. Anakomik te ko ilaw Louisa Ttakunaatuit Uvagut TV ko Louisa Ttakunaatuit Ttakunaatuit te ko kinako simayuni ko kalailimeu
Kimmina amalo haha
absolutely oi manatumi pire kala si Louisa bungatamani Montreal Uvagut TV ko ni pisimatsunga
Isabel Alaku, Anakomik Uvagut TV kun.